All right, so here we go. I got my new phone now. I'm testing to see if this phone is see how it records. Even though I still plan on using my own phone for most of my pictures and recording. I'm gonna see how this one works, just in case I have to use it. But anyway, that is not why I'm shooting this video right now. Is Monday Night Football going on right now? Hold on. It's 7 something. When I get done doing this, I'm gonna watch some Monday Night. I never ever catch football on non-Sundays. The game should be coming on. I don't even know who playing. But it's fucking Monday. I'm like, man. I'm like, wait a minute, it's fucking Monday night. Monday Night Football is supposed to be coming on. Shit. I think I only seen one Monday night game, and I seen the one Texans game on Thursday. And everything else, I don't think about the game until afterwards. I'm like, damn, football was on. Anyway, I'm talking about the Texans today. So they play Cleveland, and I think Deshaun Watson is gonna start when they with the Texans playing Cleveland this coming up Sunday. How did that just line up like that? All this time that motherfucker spend with all this little legal issues and suspension looming and all this other stuff, and they just so happen to give him a goddamn suspension that come up right when they play the fucking Texans. I really think that has something to do with it. Just like they looked at the schedule and were like, yeah, this right here it seems like a good amount of games. You're gonna have him come back against Houston, his fucking former team that he quit on. Anyway, I want to talk about the fucking Texans, and not how bad they are, but why. Because I understand that they're bad. I know kind of why they're bad. And from what I can tell from the fan feedback from the little forums and posts and shit that I see regarding the Texans and stuff, that most of the people watching football don't know shit about football at all. Not one single iota. Not one bit. And it's like everything else online. People get on there to talk shit because can't nobody just punch them in the motherfucking face. That's it. That's it. You go on the Texans page on and I make smart ass remarks on there too, but most of it is just ignorant shit. All over the, and a good amount of it, I was about to say half, but a good amount of it, between 25-30% of the comments, which is a hell of a goddamn lot. Motherfuckers about sell the team. Sell the team for what? You know what I'm saying? Sell the team for what? What's that gonna change? They sell the team and move. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't necessarily all in one. But, you sell it, they might not want to have a team in Houston. They want to move that motherfucker up to fucking Dakota somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Then you sitting down here without a goddamn football team to talk shit about. And most people are like, I don't care. Yeah, you motherfucking care. Because your ass is up in this motherfucker talking shit like a motherfucker. Nah. Sell the team. Man, the ownership don't know what the fuck they doing. All the motherfuckers, and I made a comment and I'm like, all y'all motherfuckers in here stupid as fuck. And I will do that. I will do a blanket comment cussing everybody out. At least a blanket comment of everybody that says a certain thing. I say, all y'all motherfuckers talking about sell the team, the ownership ain't buy shit and all this other stuff. You wouldn't be able to make it past logistics. You wouldn't even get past you wouldn't even get to football. You want to blame fucking the ownership for shit? You can't do no better. You definitely can't. You know what I'm saying? You definitely can't. You don't even know enough to delegate. So don't go talk shit about what needs to do. Nah, you don't know what the fuck is going on. You don't. need to make changes. They don't make no. I said it was an article, you know, because this ain't just from like regular people like me. You go read articles and shit, motherfucker, about it. They ain't make no changes. What the fuck you mean they ain't make no changes? They don't make no changes? Then they just fired one of the front office people that's been there for a while that brought in the buddy system. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the coaches we done had over the last couple of years. I saw that on the news little thing. They showed why the Texans are where they are right now. And it's because of all the goddamn changes. Ain't nothing been the same in fucking 5-6 years. The fuck you talking about? And they don't make no changes. That's all they've been doing. That's why they suck right now. I'm sorry, but I had to drink. It ain't hot. So you don't really drink enough water. Then when your ass get thirsty, you like real thirsty. Like you don't know what the fuck to do. This ain't Madden. You know what I'm saying? This ain't fucking franchise mode, coach mode. You run through that and do all your list. No, motherfucker. You gotta run your you can't just go firing and hiring at a goddamn whim. You can't do that. You know these people got contracts and money be on the line, and then you get stuck with money because you fire a motherfucker, you run a motherfucker off, you still gotta pay motherfuckers, depending on their contract and who the fuck they are. You know what I'm saying? It's ways to do this, rules to this shit. I don't know all of them, but I know they there. You just can't go off doing shit willy-nilly like you on a fucking video game, and that's what motherfuckers on the internet is like. They think running a football team is like running just internet shit. This ain't Madden. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Now, half the people probably suck at Madden, talking shit. Piss me off, man. You know, I'm like, you don't know. You don't know how to deal with players. You don't know how to deal with players. You don't know how to deal with the media. You think about it. I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to the post game and all this other stuff. That I don't see that shit until damn near the next week about to start where they put up where a coach or a player that says some shit or something like that. And you got to sit up here and talk to them motherfuckers, because I don't know what the repercussions is for not talking to the media, but I bet it's some now. I bet you out there and you decide you don't want to talk to the goddamn media after the game or some shit like that. I bet there's some kind of repercussions to that. I bet you it is. Motherfuckers ain't up there just talking because they want to. They talking because they have to. That's how a lot of people get in goddamn trouble. They ain't going up on them podiums because they want to. They would rather take their ass where they gotta go. They obligated to talk to the goddamn public. And that's why the public talk to them like shit. Like Lovie Smith was up there the other day and he was going back and forth with the one dude. I don't know who the fuck it is. I don't know what the hell he was asking him. But you know, motherfuckers will ask you shit that you know you can't fucking answer. They have a term called in-house for a fucking reason. Every time some shit go on, you know, that term will come out. You know, we're gonna deal with this in-house. It's some personal shit. You don't need to know all that. You don't need to know everything going on inside our locker room and inside our doors. No, you don't. Motherfuckers think they obligated to because they don't want to bought a ticket to some shit like that. No. That's like I got fucking money invested in the Tesla. Now I'm gonna go into the Tesla boardroom, other than the little votes that you get for certain shit. I'm gonna go up in there and act like, okay, I bought me a couple $100 worth of Tesla. I get to tell y'all what the fuck and how the fuck and when the fuck. No, it don't work like that. Just because you support the goddamn team don't give you the right to do shit. It only gives you the right to not support the goddamn team. You don't like what the fuck they doing? Don't watch. Don't buy the tickets. Don't buy the merchandise. Go root for the fucking Saints or the fucking Cowboys or somebody, or go to the USFL and root for the fucking Roughnecks or whoever the fuck they is. You know, go do that. You know, go do that. And if you go talking about, you want to talk about being a Texans fans and all this other shit. Well, this ain't fucking new. I think I'm kind of remember going through a 1-win season with the Texans before. Huh? Am I mistaken? I'm gonna have to go and look. If it wasn't a 1-win season, it was damn sure close. Cause I'm one of those people. I watched every goddamn season, damn near every game. I know it's 2 years. I know I was working on Sundays, so I couldn't watch. But I ended up following the game because the people at work do that red zone shit. But I know it had to be at least 2 seasons where it was certain games that I just stopped, or at a certain point I just stopped watching during the season, like right before the playoffs, because the Texans were playing like shit, like literally playing like shit. Not like now when they going through an obvious rebuild. Like people just complaining and bitching like they don't see that. They don't see that. They going through a whole goddamn rebuild. That means it's gonna be a couple of years before you think the team gonna be where it is. Why the fuck you complaining? You know what the fuck they doing. If you know football, I get mad when I see the goddamn I don't get like I used to. When I get temperamental about the fucking Texans was like when only time I could think of is a few years when Matt Sharp and fucking Adrian Foster, Andre Johnson and shit. I'm talking about like well before Deshaun Watson got here. When they had good teams, like 12-4 and all that kind of shit, when they had good teams, and then they had those same players on the team, and all of a sudden they couldn't fucking play no more. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? These are the same people that's been whooping people's ass for a couple of years. Now they getting blown out by 40? What's the excuse for that shit? Now that kind of shit I can't excuse. This team here, I can excuse that shit. This is a musical chairs and shit. On the defense, every time I look out there, it's like some motherfucker on the defensive line I ain't never heard of. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? And who the fuck is that? That's how the goddamn defensive line been. And look at the linebackers. The linebackers done thinned out to the point where I'm like, I ain't never heard of these people. Which is, it's football, folks. It's people that's been in the year 12, 15 goddamn years whooping people ass. I don't know who the fuck they is. But they, you know what I'm saying? But it's not those people. You know what I'm saying? It ain't those people. So, it's musical chairs. So I'm like, okay, eventually they gonna get their people in here. They gonna get some new talent, and they gonna get some decent mid-level talent to mix into there, so they have some leadership on the team. Some veteran leadership on the team, and all that type of shit. Same thing last year. I was like, what the fuck is going on with the offense? Why the offense sucks so bad? It didn't suck bad last year. The only problem we had last year when it came to the offense was the fact that our offensive line was super dookie. Super dookie. The offensive line last year, it was just like, you can't even get to the point to where it's like, okay, our receivers can't get open. Our running backs ain't strong enough or fast enough or whatever. No, ain't even get to that. Offensive line is asshole dumb. You know what I'm saying? It is. It was like, man, goddamn. Well, you got 3 goddamn running backs. We got running backs that will produce anywhere. You know what I'm saying? We had running backs that could produce anywhere, for the most part. The only one that ended up on the goddamn team was Rex Burkhead. You know why? Because Rex Burkhead didn't do that extra shit. Rex Burkhead ran 3 goddamn yards. That was it. 3 yards. That was it. 3 yards. That was it. Every once in a while he'll break out for 10. Some shit like that. And except for that one time he broke out for a long run. But, that's going to happen for running backs. It's going to happen. But that was it. He just went straight. That's why the fuck he on the team now. Well, he on the team now because he a veteran running back. And he know how to do pass defense and all. You have to keep them people on your team, that running backs that understand pass defense, that can block and shit like that. That's why the rookies always out of the game early in their career. Like, nope. You don't know how to protect the quarterback. You got to know how to read the goddamn defense. Until you read the goddamn defense, your ass is only in the game on first and second down. And on third downs when it's third and short and everybody know you for the run the ball. So you get your ass tore up. Yeah. And the quarterback play wasn't like it was. It wasn't. Yeah, Tyrod Taylor in there. That was fine. You know what I'm saying? Tyrod Taylor wasn't bad. I don't know what the fuck happened towards like mid. I mean, he got hurt for a while and he came back. And then he kind of did some stupid shit. I don't know what the fuck he did. He did like some stupid shit. It was one interception he threw where he ran out of bounds. He literally ran out of bounds and threw the ball back in bounds like straight at a fucking opposing player. Don't know what the fuck that was. But even then, Tyrod Taylor was doing pretty good. He was the reason we beat the fucking Titans. Tyrod Taylor was the reason we beat the Titans. It wasn't nothing else. It was him. Yeah, the offensive line, it's just like, okay, Tyrod Taylor looked bad out there. Well, he did. But if you watch the games, it's kind of, you know, man out there running for his fucking life. What the fuck is he supposed to do? And it's the same thing. What's his name got out there? They put Mills in. Mills didn't, I mean, the offensive line was dookie, you know, but he looked as good as he was going to look with that offensive line. Excuse me, man. And you go to this year, you be like, okay, you saw some promise in Mills enough to where, okay, we can work with him at quarterback and see what he can do. Well, you got a new offensive coordinator in there. I guess they tried to promote. They put Pep Hamilton in there, who I stand by needs to fucking go. He does. He wasn't the offensive coordinator last year. He the coordinator this year. You got the same goddamn people out there, and we can't move the fucking ball. Now, how the fuck you explain that? The offense has the same people out there, a marginally better offensive line right along with it, a whole lot better running back. We can't move the ball. What has changed? The offensive coordinator has changed. I don't even know who was the offensive coordinator. I don't know if David Culley was the one calling the players and doing what last year. Somebody else was. It wasn't fucking Pep Hamilton. That goddamn name make you think that, okay, we finna have an offense that's popping. This nigga name is Pep. Nope. That is not what the fuck is happening. It's not. You got the same players out there. We got the same receivers we had last year, the same fucking quarterback. We got generally the same offensive line, but a little bit better. They still get outclassed at points, but it's still a little bit better. And we got I run it. We just like 100% upgrade at running back. What has changed? Pep Hamilton. I can't be, I know I ain't the only one that saw it. Somebody hopped on one of my comments I made on one of the Texans posts and said the same shit. It sounded like he was talking to me like I was one of the people, but he said the same shit I've been saying, but I was like, yeah, that's it. I've been saying that. The problem ain't the players. And I've been complaining about our receivers not being able to get open all goddamn year. And that's something that the goddamn announcers, when I watch the game, keep pointing out. You know, motherfuckers is, everything, don't matter what the fuck your receiver doing. If they run man-to-man offense, our receivers do not get the fuck open. You know what? That's the truth for most people. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth for most people. Now, we need better goddamn receivers. But we shouldn't be like, our offense shouldn't be stifled like it is. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, Pep Hamilton is out there running the high school plays. And not those big state championship high school plays. He running like them fucking JV plays and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why our offense can't pierce holes in people's zone defense like they do ours? Like I watch other teams do all the time. All the time. Any other time I watch the game, I say this all the time. I watch other teams play. No matter who, no matter what, whether they winning or whether they losing, they all do better than the Texans do. All of them. I could be watching the guy, fuck the fucking the Cowboys and Vikings. I watched that goddamn game. Now, that's a bit of hyperbole because there wasn't nobody getting their ass whooped like the Vikings was in that one goddamn game. That was ridiculous. But it was probably goddamn. Y'all get y'all, ooh. Goddamn, they was eating that boy up. But you know what? Even in that, they offense, as much as Kirk Cousins was getting his ass whooped in that bit of the game that I watched, they did better than the Texans offense did. And that dude got sacked like 27 times or some shit. You know, there's no plays or schemes to counter anything with Pep Hamilton. They got to see that. He should not be here next year. If he's here next year, he should be a position coach. Move him back to quarterback coach. Because I'm pretty sure if you go look back at some shit, whatever Pep Hamilton was doing, he wasn't, what they say, he played football at Yale or some shit. Was he just popping numbers off at Yale or some shit? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck he was. He ain't got no usually people like that have an offensive mind where they come in and they got some shit they can deal with shit. We don't have that. There's none of this shit I see going on in the offense. Now we should have more of that. We should have more of that with Kyle Allen at quarterback. We should, because Kyle Allen at least has the ability to move outside the pocket. Now, he ain't for to go running off away from nobody, no shit like that. But he can get outside the pocket. The thing is, it ain't like most other teams you see, at least with the really good quarterbacks, when they get outside the pocket. Well, do our receivers even know what to do once the initial play breakdown? Because that's when the play starts. Like I say, I watched, I think I only actually seen Deshaun Watson play one season. I think he was here for 3 seasons. Like I said, those 2 years when he first got here in the second year, I was working on Sundays. That third year I wasn't working on Sundays. I was actually able to watch the game. And it was the same thing. Offensive play calling was dookie. The play didn't start until the play broke down. Now, you ain't gonna just have quarterbacks like that all the goddamn time. Well, the play don't start until whatever the coach called fails. Then, okay, it's time for us to play street ball. You know, how many people you got out there can play street ball? I'm pretty sure most of them. You got to have a quarterback that can do it. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to do that, you actually have to be able to move a little bit more than any other quarterbacks we got. You have to. And I ain't talking about that Jeff Driscoll, the other quarterback we had that I ain't seen since week fucking 2 or whatever the fuck. Where he go? They come in there and do the little run option wildcat bullshit with him. Quarterback come out there with long sleeves on and that don't look like he gonna ever. I'm like, there's no deception in that. That dude is not for the fucking throw the ball. He come out there, got long sleeves on and gloves and shit. It just don't even look like he finna come out there and play quarterback at all. You put somebody, I'm like, what the fuck does he do? Jeff Driscoll. Now, obviously he could run because that's what they put him out there to do. And when they put him out there to do that, that's what he fucking did. Now, I ain't talking about the dude like he sucked, but I'm just like, you know, that shit only worked for so long. Okay, they brought that dude in. They for to run the ball. They for to run the ball with him. He ain't for to throw the ball. He just not. You know, knowing the Texans, even if he did, it probably wouldn't be worth shit. You know. But even then, like the little bullshit that he stopped doing. Again, I don't know if he just got tired of it. Somebody told him to stop doing that shit to where he'd have his tackles and shit flanked way out by the fucking receivers. You know, he'll come out there. You got the center and maybe the guard, and your tackles is way out there in the fucking slots, trying to see where people. You ain't for to run the fuck. Get your. And then then you during the game, you got a whole bunch of weird ass fucking formation penalties and false starts and all kind of weird ass shit because you got people doing all this stupid ass bullshit everywhere. No, man, you just got here. All your people getting here just not trying to figure you out. You know, don't have them doing all kind of stupid ass shit out there. The fucking tackles lined up by the fucking sidelines and shit. Stop that. Which your ass stop that? Because it just look dumb if you do it now and you 1-9. You know, 1-9. You can't walk. You run out there doing stupid shit like that. You looking to get fired. You just looking to get fired. It's just like, no, okay, this dude is out of his fucking mind. Get him the fuck out of here. Which they need to fucking do. Lovie Smith not calling no plays. He a defensive dude. And I think Lovie Smith is more of a fucking delegator than anything else. And you ain't for to get nothing out of him. He gonna be sitting there with that same look on his face. Man, been in the league 3,000 years. He gonna sit there with that same look on his face. He not for to give you shit. You know what I'm saying? He done been through it. Watch this shit go on the goddamn field. I know in the back of this motherfucking mind, he like, I gotta get Pep Hamilton's ass out of here. We need somebody that can run a fucking offense. We need somebody that can run a fucking offense. It ain't the fucking quarterback. At this point, they made a quarterback change because they just had to show that they was doing something. Kyle Allen might be the best choice of quarterback. He ain't gonna be the quarterback. He just not. Did he do bad in the game? No, he did about what you with Brady Mills, what Davis Mills would have done. I never say that man's name right. I always fuck his damn name up. Fuck first name is Davis. You know, he do just as well as Davis Mills would have did. He threw his little interception. He gets sacked. He did everything Davis Mills did. Except for he showed a little bit of mobility. A little bit mobility. That was it. Could he have showed more? Yeah, he could have, but he wouldn't because the offense ain't going to let him do it. The offensive scheme is not conducive to our receivers getting open. Our best receiver is fucking Jordan Akins. I be getting people name mixed up. Jordan Akins, and I don't even know where fucking Brevin Jordan is. Where the fuck is he? Did they release him? I don't know. I haven't seen him in a couple of weeks. I'm like, okay, that was like our top tight end receiver dude. Where the fuck is he? You know, we got Jordan Akins, which at this point is our, that's our big play guy, fucking tight end. And he had a fumble the other day. I had to forgive that fumble. You watch that play where he fumbled the ball, you like, yeah, I would have dropped that ball. I would have been holding on to that ball for dear life. I would have dropped that ball.
Call from +1 71329
Now watch this be some bullshit. Watch this. Hello? Again, a fucking, a phone call with nothing. It's too late for that shit now. That's why I got another fucking phone number. I'm not passing out the number for nothing. Fuck you. Yeah. You've been holding on that ball for your dear life. Your mama life could have been on the line. If you'd have got hit like that, yeah, that ball would have came out. It's certain shit you just can't fault a player for. Because I saw that. You seen it, you fumble the ball. You like, God damn it, and shit. Then they show the play back, and you like, ooh. He got, ooh. It's just like, It's like, it's one of those things where you surprised that he didn't just like lay there on the fucking ground after that hit he took that knocked that ball loose. That, just thinking about that. He got up though. He got in their ass though. He got that touchdown. I mean, if he ain't on the team next, it's one of them things. If Jordan Akins ain't on the team next year, what the fuck are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? If he not on the team next year, I can see a bunch of people getting left. You know, they got the OJ Howard. I was gonna say OJ Mayo. That's a whole nother dude. Is that a basketball dude? That's a bunch of OJs. You know, you got OJ Howard. I mean, other than the first game, I mean, like literally his first game here, he caught a big pass. I think it was a touchdown. I mean, other than be on the field, he hadn't done much. As far as just big play wise, where you would hear his name, I'm pretty sure he out there blocking and doing tight end shit, running routes and not getting the ball because the fucking quarterback is on his ass or running for his life, throwing the ball out of bounds. You know, ain't nothing he can do about that. But as far as when some shit need to happen, you know, Jordan Akins is the one to get the ball. At least when he get the ball, is the one that can actually make shit happen because he can fucking run. That motherfucker took off running, and then he forced his way in the goddamn end zone the other day. Like, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? It just, yeah. So, if he ain't on the team, unless it was one of them things the way he wanted to leave. Because he wasn't even on the team. I didn't know that. I know we had a bunch of fucking tight ends. We had a bunch of good tight ends on the team. And they had let him go. Then shit hit the fan with the tight ends, and they had to sign him off for somebody's practice squad or pick him up off of waivers or whatever the fuck. No, they end up having to get him right back here. And from that one game, day one, he been producing. So I'm like, that dude need to be on this team next year. Get that dude a contract. You know what I'm saying? Give him a contract. Lock your tight end down. I don't want to hear no shit but Pep Hamilton. You know, people talk about Pep Hamilton, how he like his tight ends. He had the tight ends. And how the fuck you have 2 or 3 tight ends in the goddamn game all the time and they don't ever have the fucking ball? You might as well put tackles out there. And you ain't been able to do that the last couple of games because you got a running back that's leading all the rookies in rushing. That motherfucker had like 3 yards rushing in the last 2 games. Literally, man, you know, your offensive coordinator got to be able to scheme shit. You got to be able to play chess with the other fucking coordinator. That's what you doing. And you losing that game. All right, what they doing? Okay, since they doing this, we gonna be able to run this right here, and this right here should be able to do all the other shit, you know, to get the receivers open or find a big ass hole in the zone like they do us, like I watch other teams do everybody else in the fucking league. But our team can't do that. As far as I can tell, the only team that can't. And that's on the offensive coordinator because that's his offense on the fucking field. The same players that was running a decent offense last year. The only thing that changed is the fucking offensive coordinator, Pep fucking Hamilton. Get him the fuck out of here. Now the defense, I ain't worried about. I'm not worried about the guy. The defense do well enough. They're like, you see shit, okay. They run you know, they switch the defense and shit. They don't run the same shit all the goddamn time. But, you know, they got youngsters on goddamn defense. And then the dudes that's out there on defense, I don't mind. It was like, okay, who, you know, such and such got hurt. They bring another dude in. I'm like, okay. It ain't like they bring another dude in. I'm like, oh, man, that dude sucked. They finna fuck him up. No, it's never really the fucking case. It's really not. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while it'll happen, but not with the team we got now. If some shit fucks up on the defense, it's usually in the front 7. It's not the corners. It's not the safeties. Except for when them motherfuckers is missing tackles. You know, instead of tackling people, they over there scratching at the goddamn ball and shit. Letting motherfuckers run up the field 50 goddamn yards while they still slapping at the fucking ball. I think for the most part, I noticed that they stopped that. They still miss tackles and shit, but you know what? I watched a whole bunch of games where people miss tackles. Stupidly. You know what I'm saying? So it happens to every team, everywhere. It's just that it happens most with the Texans. Sometimes motherfuckers play too fast. So and it happens. Sometimes you got to slow the fuck down. Sometimes you can't go 100 miles per hour. You can go 100 miles per hour, but your top speed better be 200. And you better be used to that 200. So you can operate at 100. But if your top speed is 100 and you run around at 100, your reaction time is going to be kind of fucked up. Physics will get you. It will. Physics will get you. Motherfucker do some shit and you be like, you reach a motherfucker trying to grab for him, can't grab shit. And it be like that. But, there's some shit you got to work on. So, the defense I ain't too much worrying about. The scheme on the defense, because they have actually showed improvement. Even though they've been getting their ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? They get their ass whooped. And in certain situations, if you watch them play certain teams, you'll be like, okay, that they do that to everybody. You know what I'm saying? There's certain shit you have to write off. It's just being outclassed. They offensive system, they ain't gonna say the players, but they system is better than ours. Play against the fucking Dolphins. Well, they got a system where their receivers is always fucking open. They do. They got a system, and they talked about it the whole goddamn game, and most of the game, except for in the second half when they stopped playing. You know what I'm saying? Personnel matters a bit. When they took that Tuka Bakabuku dude out of there, they didn't score no more. It was 30-0 at halftime. It was 30-15 at the end of the game. So they stopped playing. They got up 30-0 at halftime and stopped playing, which I knew they was gonna do because that's what the fuck they do in the NFL. Because they wanted to keep because Tua Tagovailoa fell. He fell back on his leg. He didn't get hurt, but he tweaked it a little bit, and it was one of those things to where you like, you know what, we just gonna not do this. You know what I'm saying? Because the way his foot and shit, that could have been it. That would have been season ending. That would have been season ending right there. And that's a matter of an inch or two in the wrong direction, just the way his weight was on his leg, because his leg, knee and shit was bent behind him, and his foot was doing that shit like this, and he was bent back like that. So, if that turf wasn't out there, wasn't all fucked up like it was, if they hadn't had a football game the day before, then or if they'd have been on turf, something that would have caught a hold to a cleat or something, that would have been season over. But they put him in, they put the backup in there and kept on playing, which I fucking appreciated at a certain point. I was like, they said they still throwing the ball. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, keep fucking playing. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker come out there to watch a goddamn football game, and you finna sit there for an hour and a half while your team just fucks off for a whole half. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about you don't want people to get hurt. Well, fuck, bring in a fucking skunk rule. Bring in the skunk rule. You get all these other rules where people can't get hurt and all this other shit, player safety. If that's the concern, have a fucking skunk rule. You jump up by 30 fucking points, game over. Game over. You get up by 30 points, we just gonna call it so don't nobody get hurt. Okay? And goddamn announcers, you want to keep him healthy for this, blah, 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 blah. And then they take him out the game, and then they keep throwing the ball like they, but shit ain't working because there's a whole backup quarterback in there. But they steady throwing the ball up fields and shit. They need to go back to the run. They just abandoned the run, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they want to keep playing football. The coach don't even want to be sitting over there running the ball, punting even though they was punting every goddamn thing. But at least they was playing football. They had stopped playing. The defense was playing 10 yards off the goddamn ball. You know what? The Texans still couldn't do shit. The Texans still couldn't do nothing. And the defense had softened up. They wasn't even playing them the same goddamn way. They softened up and they still couldn't get the offense going. offensive coordinator. Like, really? What are you doing? It's the end of the game. It's literally trash time. The other team that took out their starting quarterback. They playing your people 6 to 10 yards off the fucking ball. And they managed to move the ball a little bit until the goddamn defense tightened up. And once the defense tightened up, you can't do nothing. You don't have nothing. Just, I don't get it. And I don't blame the players for that. Our quarterback ain't out there calling the fucking plays. I mean, they might have audible rights and shit like that, but they not calling the fucking plays in. They getting the plays. They run, okay, we got to run this shit right here the coach gave us. 1, 2, set, height. Woo! Woo! You running for your life. You don't even have time to fucking look downfield. The same fucking plays. You know what I'm saying? Bubble. You know what I'm saying? Bubble screen. Dude, we don't have those players, man. We ain't been able to run a successful bubble screen all year. I've seen at least 5 of them shits get tackled right there. Every time they throw a bubble screen, it's a motherfucker sitting right next to the goddamn receiver catching the ball. Every time they run a fucking screen play to the running back, you get about 5 yards. Running, what was that? They got, I don't know what the fuck they did. First play of the second half or some shit. We get the goddamn ball. Run a fucking reverse. With fucking Brandon Cooks. When the fuck has Brandon Cooks showed that he's a reverse runner? He's not no reverse runner. He's somebody that catch the ball. He might be able to get a little bit of separation on somebody. Catch the ball and get tackled. You know what I'm saying? Catch the ball and get tackled. If you got a decent offense, you can run him across the field, and he'll break some shit for you because he fast. But we got 3 motherfuckers like that. You got motherfuckers on the Miami Dolphins team. You got Waddle and fucking Hill and whoever the fuck else was catching the goddamn ball. But you know what? We got 3 motherfuckers like that. We got, I mean, if you stuck our receivers over there on the fucking Miami side of the ball, they would eat motherfuckers up the same goddamn way. If you stuck fucking Chris Moore, Philip Dorsett, and goddamn it, what's that dude's name I just said? Goddamn it, Brandon Cooks. If you stuck them on the other side of the ball in that offense, they would eat motherfuckers up just as well. Now, collectively, they not as good as a receiving group, but if you put them in that offense, they gonna eat your ass up. Because they fast. You know what I'm saying? They've been in the league longer than the motherfuckers is. Maybe, yeah, they've been in the league longer than the other ones. So they experienced receivers. They fast. You know, put them in the right goddamn situation. Yeah. Now they might now say they not as good as receivers, but at a certain point, that the difference in talents is minuscule. The difference in talent is minuscule. It's all about execution. You got somebody that can run the routes and understand the defense and what the fuck you doing. Okay, we doing this right here. For motherfuckers playing off, I cut left, boom, I get the ball. Every time, you know what I'm saying, you catch motherfuckers out in the middle of the field, the Texans, you know, even when they do catch the ball in the middle of the field, it's somebody right there on them. Just, you catch the ball, okay, you down right here. We don't hardly get that catch and run shit. We'll be lucky to get it once a game. We might get 1 catch and run per game. We might get 1 20+ yard pass per game. That's it. It ain't like, what the fuck game was I watching? Where they do that shit like 4 plays in a row where you get 15-yard passes, 4 plays in the goddamn row, just bam, damn. They know you finna throw the ball. They don't fucking matter. Fuck you. Yeah, I'm like, goddamn. Why a team can't do that? Offensive coordinator ain't got that kind of offense. They just don't. He don't need to be called. He need to be somewhere coaching high school. That's what Pep Hamilton need to be doing. He need to be somewhere coaching high school. Maybe not even a head coach. He need to be a position coach in fucking high school. Because he running high school plays out there. He's sending high school plays out there for these professionals to run and making them look bad. And he make the whole team look bad because your defense is going to look bad. People don't realize that your offense feeds off your defense feeds off your offense. If your defense is doing what the fuck it's supposed to do, which our defense makes attempts to do, you know what I'm saying? You cause the other team to play one-sided. You know what I'm saying? You cut off one thing. Okay, they can't run the goddamn ball. Well, all they can do is throw it. You know what I'm saying? They do it to us all the goddamn time, but we can't throw or run. You say, okay, shit, fuck it. They got to throw. So your defense is set for that. You know? Then your offense, you know, you kicking ass. Now your offense got a short fucking field. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to get ahead, man. You got to get ahead. You got to get ahead. It's like I used to watch the Texans when they used to get ahead of people. And then to change the whole aspect of the game because the other team has to play aggressive to try to catch up. You can't sit there and run the ball and run out the goddamn clock and you down by, 14, 17 points. No. You gotta put then your defense can, play for that. But you can't just play for that because they easily will run your ass for fucking 15, 20 goddamn yards if you ain't playing it right. But you have to force the team to play a certain way. And you have to put you got to put points on the board to be able to do that. Points on the board will force a motherfucker to do what you want them to do. We can't get points on the goddamn board. It ain't a point of just being in the fucking game. I was hoping that, okay, they disrespect you. Miami just disrespected the goddamn Texans at the end of the goddamn game when they just said, fuck it. They took out their goddamn starting quarterback. I think they running back went out for a while, but he had got hurt, so that's different. They came in, they just kept throwing the fucking ball, and the Texans got some opportunities. Like, literally, they had opportunities to get, they couldn't run the fucking offense. They managed to score twice. They went for a 2-point conversion twice. Didn't get it. They didn't get it. The fuck was that? Yeah. They went down. They scored. They ended up scoring 2 touchdowns. And like I said, I don't count shit they did in the second half because at that point the Miami Dolphins had fucking stopped playing. So whatever you was doing is false. You couldn't do it in the first half. Whatever you do in the second half don't count because you're not playing against another team. They just waiting for the game to be over. They playing you 10 yards off the goddamn ball. They don't give a fuck what you do right now. You not, as long as you don't catch up, as long as your ass don't catch up too much. And I was like, okay, if the Texans could get this bitch up to about 20 points, you know what I'm saying? Get it up to 20 points. Just make it a fucking game, which is how a bunch of they shit. They got their ass whooped a lot this year, and then they got a couple of points in the late game that make the score look like it was closer than it was. No, they got their ass whooped. The other team just kind of gave up at the end. Now, a lot of that shit come like that, where they done scored a couple of times at the end of the fucking game and made it look like it was closer than it was. No, I watched the game. I know what the fuck happened. Y'all got beat the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got beat the fuck up. You got beat the fuck up, man. And I'm like, oh, why? I know why. Offense. No offense. The other team offense can come out there and do whatever the fuck they want for the most part. The Texans defense can manage to stifle another team's offense for a while. They actually can. Depending on Miami is just like, you have to, certain shit you just got, they just outclassed in that point. You know what I'm saying? It just is. The defense and the offense is just like a Tecmo thing. It's just like, nah, we're not having none of that. Whatever the fuck defense you for the run, we got an offense that's just gonna just fuck you up. It's just, you know what I'm saying? That's how it was. It was just like people were just wide the fuck open all the goddamn time trying to figure out how the fuck is that possible. It ain't like Tua Tagovailoa was running the ball all over the goddamn place or some shit like that, because that wasn't the case. He can move around in the pocket, but I mean, it's just like, it wasn't like he was doing like Jalen Hurts did, and the motherfucker rushed for a fucking 100 and some yards in the first fucking quarter. That was something to see. Didn't really know what I was looking at. I just know he took off running for a couple of times. I can't really tell how many yards motherfuckers be running, but I know he took off running like twice. Next thing you know, this motherfucker got 60 yards. He took off running again. I mean, goddamn. Yeah, you gonna have to stop that shit sooner or later. But we don't have none of that. We don't have a dual threat. That's part of the problem. You don't need somebody that's just, you know, like that in particular. But you do need somebody that can move. Brandon Mills. Who the fuck is that? Davis Mills is one of those people. He's a pocket quarterback. He's a one-sided quarterback. He says he's athletic. He was like, yeah, I need to be able to get out and move more. I'm athletic, you know. It's just a matter of being able. Yeah, I've seen him he rushed for a touchdown last week. So, yeah. I mean, it was the ugliest little run I've seen, but he did it. And he didn't, you know, he went into the end zone with people on him. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, as a quarterback, I see you do that. I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like I seen Jalen Hurts last night, Sunday Night Football. And, you know, you got Chris Collinsworth and whoever the fuck else calling the game. They was sucking his dick the whole goddamn game. He's a powerlifter. He got a quarterback that can squat 600 pounds. I watched this man run out of bounds at like the 5-yard line with one guy in between him and the end zone. Like literally, it was like one guy. He was running towards the end zone like this. It was one guy coming like this. And he went out of fucking bounds. I'm like, the dude is right there at the goddamn goal line. All thing you got to do is just put the ball up and put your shoulder down and get in the fucking end zone. You got pads on, nigga. What's the point of you not... I ain't mean that you got to do that shit all the goddamn time, but it's just you and one DB. That means it's you and another dude your size. And if you look at the angle, he wasn't going to be able... If you look at the angle and approach, he would have grabbed you at around right before you got to the 1 or 2 yard line. He would have grabbed you. He wasn't going to hit you. He would have been able to grab you while you running full fucking speed. And I'm like, you know, they end up scoring or whatever, but I'm like, just... You right there. You and one other dude. I ain't talking about go head right up to that dude and put your head down and try to run him over. No. Keep running straight. That's all you had to do was keep running straight, and you would have got tackled and fell into the fucking end zone. Because on the next play after that, like literally, the next play after that, right, on the fucking goal line, they ran some kind of run option shit where he ended up running the ball and get tackled by 3 goddamn people before he got to the fucking, before he can get back like to the line of fucking scrimmage. And then got hit to where he was like, Well, you know what? If you would have just ran if you would have just ran straight for another 3 goddamn yards, you would have had a touchdown. You wouldn't have had to deal with that. But now you want to pick up the ball and try to run at a motherfucker, run into 2 people and end up getting tackled by 3 before you can get in that goddamn end zone and end up hurting your fucking ribs. You should have just ran your ass in the end zone on the first fucking play. You would have been sitting on the sideline by now. That kind of shit. And man, look, talking about something totally different. It's one of them things I noticed about a bunch of players. They don't want to get touched. The way the league is nowadays, you can't, I mean... I always say you just can't hit people and shit like that, but you can. But it's the angle, man. It's the angle, because I've seen, like I said, Jordan Akins got popped and the ball popped out. I mean, he got hit and that ball popped up. Can't even blame him for that. You know what I'm saying? You can't even blame him for that. And because he was getting hit like on the way down. He was holding the goddamn ball. You know, if you in the middle of getting tackled and falling down, and somebody run over there and boop, as you falling fucking down. At that point, the fucking player's over with. You know, but people still do that shit. Motherfuckers still out there gay as fuck, want to be hitting and feeling on people. He run over there, bop. Man, he knocked the ball loose, so it was a good goddamn play. But still, you watching the dude run up towards you like Brandon Cooks did this shit quite a bit, where he'll be running and somebody will run up close to him, he run out of bounds. Nigga, let him tackle you, nigga. You know, it's a game of goddamn inches. You could have ran for another 5 yards, but you don't want to get touched, so you run out of goddamn bounds. Nah, we not playing tag. You know what I'm saying? That's why even when I see people do shit on the opposite team or another team I'm looking for, when they do shit like that, I'm like, good. You see a motherfucker run, break the outside, run up the goddamn sideline, see another motherfucker coming, he like, and cut back in, or he hit a motherfucker to tackle him. You know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker is like in front of you, you ain't got no angle, instead of running out of bounds, you be like, okay, well, fuck it. Boom. I'm going, you know, you initiate the contact. You know, initiate the contact. You motherfuckers be running from footsteps and shit, man. That's one of the things why I'm like, we need another receiver, not fucking Brandon Cooks. You know, I'll be like, yeah, Brandon Cooks, he like me, we went to Oregon State. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Not no more, I don't. I was only at Oregon State for a year. I don't give a fuck. And I was there way before he was. Fucking 40 goddamn 7 years old. Yeah, Oregon State had forgot about me by the time that dude had, shit, I don't even know how old was I? I was at Oregon State when I was in fucking 1995 and 96. The fuck was Brandon Cooks doing in 1995, 96? I don't know. Little kid or some shit. Yeah, but man, I don't know. That shit pisses me off. That shit pisses me off. Man, just fight for your goddamn yards. Fucking guaranteed $18 million next year. He won't even fight for extra yard. You want to run out of bounds for you. That type of shit, man. He wasn't the only motherfucker upset that he didn't get traded. I tell you that. Not that I think he a bad receiver, it's just we don't need him. We ain't gonna do him no good, and he ain't gonna do us no good. I mean, literally, we ain't no better if we just stuck another random ass receiver over there in Brandon Cook's spot. Like, for real. You stick somebody over there, we ain't no worse than we already are. We just ain't. They should have got rid of him though. Cause you don't do it. I mean, make some room for some other receivers that fit a mold, man. You need a big receiver, not no Nico Collins either. I ain't seen him do shit. Give a damn what people say. I ain't seen him do shit. I watched the goddamn games. Motherfucker, yeah, he had 5 catches. Yeah, I watched the whole goddamn game. I didn't see those catches. Who the fuck? When did those catches happen? I watched a whole bunch of goddamn 3 and outs. When did those goddamn catches happen? He catching by out counting shit he caught on the sideline while the defense was on the field or some shit. When did those fucking catches happen? Because I didn't see him. I mean, it literally be like that too. Yeah, he got 4 catches today. I seen him catch 1 ball. I've been sitting here on this futon watching this game. I seen him catch 1 ball. When did those other catches happen? When? Did I fall asleep? What the fuck happened? Why didn't I see those other catches? I see all those passes go out of bounds, and motherfuckers be talking about that shit. I talked about this last time I did one of these videos, where they be talking about how inaccurate Mills is and all kind of shit. Well, shit, you got to throw the ball where the defense can't get it, but your offense can. Usually that's in the fucking ground, or up and away. You know, we don't have the type of receivers that can catch those kind of balls. We don't have what's his name? Andre Johnson. We don't have Andre Johnson who basically uses his body to catch the ball and not in the way. I mean, he's good at keeping himself in between the ball and the defender. You know, I've only seen Andre Johnson catch one goddamn route, hitch route, run up 10 yards, boom, come back, catch the ball. I watched that man catch that same route 17 million goddamn times. Every once in a while, he'll run an in or some shit like that, catch the ball, he usually right on the ground after that because he ain't really running from nobody. He not no speedster. He a possession receiver. You know, he not a jump ball receiver either. You know, you throw the ball right there. He in between the motherfucker and the ball. Catch the ball. Yeah, he turn around and 3 yards or some shit and go the fuck down. We don't have no receivers like that. You know, we just fucking don't. Now they talk that Nico Collins is supposed to be that, but he ain't. He could be. But I tell you what ain't for to happen. Pep Hamilton ain't for to let that happen. He ain't gonna make it happen. It's like we need for him to be that big receiver that, you know, that run that route. That can get up there 10 yards and because he's supposed to be the jump ball guy. You know, I seen him catch one jump ball. You know, I seen him catch one jump ball. He's supposed to be the jump ball guy, but they don't run. I don't see those plays. They don't run enough of that shit. You see other teams do it all the time. I never see the Texans do it. You got a jump ball guy. That's what y'all, you know, 6'3", 215. He not no big body guy like fucking Andre Johnson. You know, he's not as heavy as Andre Johnson. But, you know, he should be able to do that at least a little bit. I mean, at his size, he a whole lot bigger than the fucking people covering him. So he should be able to do that. But you know what? I ain't saying that he can't do that. It's not in the offense. Now they might try to run a slant or some shit like that. No, run, motherfucker. You get him to the jump ball shit. Let him try that. You know, throw the ball up the goddamn field like all the rest of, you know, take a chance, throw it up, let him catch the ball and come down with it or some shit like that. The other teams do it. They do a whole lot better than us. You do that shit enough, then he'll be able to be that big body receiver that you can run and hits to, get you a quick little however many yards when you need. If he understands how to run the route and keep himself in between the ball and the fucking receiver and the quarterback. I mean, and you know, between the defender and the, you know what I'm trying to say. You know, you put your body, you know what the route is. You see how a motherfucker is playing you. Well, you put your body in a position where he can't jump the fucking route. And if he do jump the route, he got to jump through you to get it. You know, for motherfuckers playing off of you, that's why you have to come back to the goddamn ball. You run, boom, boom, boom. You want about a good 7-8 yards, and if you back up a little bit, boom, you come back, throw the ball, you go to it. You know, you go to it. You don't just sit there and basket the ball like that. No, you go to it. You're supposed to, you know, you teach people shit like that. Now, sometimes you can't react like that, and all you can do is basket the ball. If it's a timing route, and the ball is on its fucking way, you ain't got time to that. You just bloop, you know, whatever. But that's what you do. You run a motherfucker off. Once a motherfucker starts backing off for you, you stop, turn around. That's a good 6-7 yards right there. But you got to build that respect. You can't build that respect when your receivers ain't done nothing. And it ain't because they can't do nothing. It's just the offense is not geared towards giving them the opportunity to. Your receivers, they get one catch per goddamn game. Like shit. Well, who the fuck gonna want to be here next? I mean, I don't know, man. It might not be a matter of who the fuck they want to keep and all this other shit. It's gonna be one of them things where players just ain't gonna want to come back. Who the fuck want to come back and play in this shit? Nobody in their right goddamn mind. I tell you that. The only players you gonna be able to get is motherfuckers who ain't got nowhere else to go, or else they locked, or you got people that's locked in contract. Everybody else, they got the option to go somewhere else, gonna be gone somewhere else. The way you need to lock up your little players you got, you know what I'm saying? Like your tight end you got, lock him up. I don't know where the fuck Brevin Jordan is. I don't know if he hurt or not. But, you know, as far as, you know, people being open, you need people like that. You need a big blocking. I mean, 3 tight ends. You got a blocker and a receiver, maybe 2 receivers. You know, just you got your receivers out there, but you ain't got enough varying talent in your receivers to make up for the lack of what the offense is giving you. So you got to be able to scheme. You just do. You think about Kansas City. You take these receivers we got, like literally, you take the receivers we got, all 4 of them, you know, Collins, Moore, Dorsett, and fucking, I don't know why, Cooks, Brandon Cooks, and you put them in the offense in Kansas City. They gonna eat your ass up. You know what I'm saying? They gonna eat your ass up. It's not about the goddamn talent level. It's about the execution. The receivers we got can execute. You know what I'm saying? The more I watch, the more I'm like, these dudes ain't that bad. I mean, you want, you know, status-wise, you want, you know, you don't want Brandon Cooks being your number 1 receiver. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things, it's just like, he don't fit the number 1 receiver role. You know, it just don't. They paying him like a number 1 receiver because he the best receiver we got, but he ain't supposed to be the best receiver you got. He's supposed to be like the 2nd or 3rd best receiver you got. You know, that's where his number's gonna come from. His number's not gonna come from being a number 1 guy. And he kind of seeing that right now. Because he the number 1 guy, and he ain't getting no numbers. You know what I'm saying? He ain't getting no numbers at all. Now, under a different offensive coordinator, maybe you could find somebody that know how to run an offense that be like, okay, Brandon Cooks don't need to be on the out fucking side. We need to put him on the inside and get him the ball in some open ass space. You know what I'm saying? Get him the ball in some open space and not running no fucking reverses and no shit like that. Get him to some ball in some open space where he can get and run. And hopefully he don't fall on the ground because he thinks somebody about to tackle him. If you're going to use Brandon Cooks or his talent, that's what you do. That's what everybody else do. I don't know. I don't know. That's how I see shit. Me and my football knowledge that I've accumulated over my years of playing football and watching football and all this other shit just like everybody else, that's the conclusion I came up with. Is it valid? It's just as valid as anybody else's shit, even if no matter how stupid the fuck it sounds. It is what it is. Everybody got their opinion. That's mine. Texans got talent. It's just that can't nobody except for on the defensive line and the linebackers, that shit is kind of slim right now with people in and out. I mean, we got linebackers and I ain't never even fucking heard of, just like, who the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? They be like, well, such and such is hurt. Hurt. Who the fuck is that? When was he playing? I watched these games. You telling me such and such is hurt. When the fuck did he play? I don't even know who he is. And I'm still waiting. I'm like, okay. Now, I've been watching games where motherfuckers is in the game playing for other teams. Like this past week where motherfuckers was in the game playing on other teams And that was on teams the week before. You know what I'm saying? That was like, yeah, this guy right here was on, he just got here on Thursday. This motherfucker in the game playing. We done got play. I'm like, where's this fucking receiver we got? Where's this Amari Cooper? Where's he at? Where's this Benjamin guy we got from fucking that we got from fucking Arizona or whatever the fuck? We got this Oomba Woomba guy in the backfield, number 33. He sucked. Who the fuck is that? This motherfucker got in the game, ended up scoring a little boo-boo ass touchdown in the fucking end zone, and he up there. Motherfucker, we down 30 goddamn points. What the fuck are you dancing for? What are you dancing for? You don't have a goddamn frame of mind. It's when to fucking celebrate and when not to. It's almost obvious. Every game you look at in the NFL, if another team is getting their ass whooped, if somebody on their team fucking score, they just be like, okay, fuck it, give the goddamn referee the ball, walk back to the goddamn huddle. This motherfucking... What are you doing? And then, after that, Jordan Akins caught the goddamn ball. He caught the ball and had a great touchdown catch and run. He dragged motherfuckers in the goddamn ground to the ground with him and into the end zone. And he was just kind of laying on the ground. So he did the little, to do a little snow angel type of thing on the ground. He didn't get up and do no dumb shit. He kind of laid there and did the little snow angel thing for a while and then got up. And the goddamn announcer was like, yeah, you might want to save the celebrations for later. At that point, I was like, shut the fuck up. The point, when you should have said it was when that motherfucker that ran that 1 yard TD run. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker that just got in the goddamn game, ran a 1 yard TD and then started doing this motherfucking shit. That you don't want to be celebrating at a time when you down 30 to goddamn 10 or some shit. And this motherfucker just caught the ball, decided he was going to score from 20 fucking yards out and said, fuck it. Put his head down and ran and drug some motherfuckers into the goddamn end zone. He deserved at least a on the ground. At least that much. He ain't get up and start doing some old choreographed shit that he was fucking planning since he was in fucking high school. You don't have a presence of mind, but like, yeah, it time and place, bro. Time and place. It ain't the time to celebrate when your ass is down 30-0 at fucking halftime. It's not. Act like you done been there. Act like you done been there before. At this point, if you in the motherfucking NFL, you as a running back, you done probably scored enough touchdowns to where you've been there before. Just because it might be your first or second NFL touchdown don't mean shit. You didn't earn that. You just happened to be in the game when they was on the fucking 1 yard line. Because every other time you done got the ball, you done got pooped on. Because they pooped on everybody else that tried to run the ball. You didn't do shit. You didn't accomplish nothing. Sit your ass down. Whoever number 33, he got one of them African names. I can't pronounce none of them names. Just how I can't pronounce that take a Hawaiian motherfucking name. If you gonna have a fucking Hawaiian name, let it be like, it's either real short or it's fucking long as Africans have some of those names too, where they're either real short or it's long as hell. It's just like, goddamn. How many O's and W's you gonna put in that fucking name? It's like, just, and I'm not trying to even make fun of folks, but it's true. Everybody see, you in the NFL play any goddamn sports. You see them African motherfuckers. If you've been on the West Coast, yeah, you done been around some of those people from the goddamn South Pacific. Like, what? What? Except for one guy I went to school with at Oregon State. He was from Hawaii, but his name was Inoke. That was his first name. But his last name was Brechterfield. And I was like, that don't fit. And if you look at him, it's just like, Brechterfield? That, okay. I'm not gonna argue with you about your name, but it don't fit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that name don't fit. Just like my name is Lee, that don't mean I'm fucking Chinese. You would think it's enough American folks with the last name Lee. But when I was going into college, I got so many of those letters that you get from sororities and not sororities, I wish, fraternities and organizations and shit like that. All that shit was written in Chinese. Wrong Lee, man. I don't know who the fuck y'all get y'all information from. Y'all sent that to the wrong motherfucker. My name is Lee, but I'm like an American Lee. I'm not like a L.I. Lee. We different. I probably would have joined one of those organizations too, just for fuck of it. Let me hang out with some Asian folks. See what they got. But anyway, that's about all I got to say for the fucking Texans right now. So the Texans will be fine if now they gonna do their little draft thing or whatever the fuck. You know, they gonna pick up who they need. They gonna get a quarterback. You already know that. Because neither one of these quarterbacks is really what you need. It's just not. You know, I've been on the Davis Mills bandwagon. Davis bandwagon. Because everybody been blaming him for everything. And it was like that at this game. I'm like, oh, you know, when this game right here started, we was down 30-0 at halftime. I'm up in there typing. Let me just make sure. We still blaming Davis Mills for this? We still on the, is this, all this is still Davis Mills' fault? I just want to make sure, you know, make sure I'm following everybody. Since everybody blaming Davis Mills for all this shit that ain't really his fault. You know, trying to perform in an underperforming ass system. It's like blaming the fucking, blaming a race car driver for losing a race when you send him out there on a fucking, you know, old ass truck or something. NASCAR. I don't know. I was trying to think of something smart. I couldn't think of nothing smart fast enough. You know, everybody out there in the NASCAR, you send them out there in a fucking Ford Taurus or some shit. Yeah, drive this and win the race. You're like, I can't do it. Yeah. So neither one of those. I could see Kyle Allen being a better backup just because of the, what they call that, the mobility factor. Because I mean, as far as throwing the ball and all that shit looked the same to me. You know, it didn't look no fucking different. The only thing that was different is that Kyle Allen moves faster, you know, behind once he get the ball. He can get to the outside a little bit and all this other shit. He ain't really no scrambling quarterback, but he got a lot more mobility than Mills got. Mills is so slow that it just, you know, well, he's not, yeah, he's slow. I think he might can run fast in a straight line, but you know, his lateral mobility is so lacking that it looks bad when he gets sacked and shit like that because he just can't get out the fucking way. And then a lot of that shit ain't nobody getting out the fucking way. Fucking Kyle Allen got sacked like 5 fucking times, so you know, that whole point I just made is kind of moot, but you know, he is more mobile than, but that would be the only difference. That would be the only difference. As far as all the successful shit that he did, it's the same thing Davis Mills would have did. You know, all that shit, the successful shit that they did all looked like the same stuff that Davis Mills did when he was in the game. Yeah, it was the same shit. He basically came in and did a fucking Davis Mills. That was it. I mean, it's just that tells it right there that the quarterback is not the problem. We had another quarterback come in and literally got the same performance. And literally got the same performance we've been getting all year. It's not the fucking quarterback. You stick another goddamn offensive coordinator in there that has some fucking thought and innovation. And I ain't gonna say innovation, but You know, you got to have some kind of strategy to your shit. You just can't be calling plays thinking they're going to work when your plays don't have any. You don't see where your receivers were just supposed to be open or where it tricks the defense into anything. I'm like, oh shit, we thought they was doing this. They be doing this over here. Oh shit. You know, and if they do have that, it don't happen. None of it happens at the same time. None of it happens at the same time that the offensive line can hold up. Every time they have a big play, number 59 fucks it up. You know what? Number 59 wasn't in this last game. I think they said he started, but he damn sure wasn't in. They took him out. I think they was planning on like rotating him in with a nut. I think that other guy was in the game. If not for the rest of the game, most of it. Because I didn't see a 59 on the offensive line. Not that you can just look and see, you know, while you're watching the game on TV, who in there all the goddamn time on the offensive line. But yeah, I didn't hear like flag and number 59 like you usually do. It was like, no, I think they benched him. You know what I'm saying? I think they benched him. Which, you know, he's a rookie. He can handle it. You know what I'm saying? He know he been fucking up. Ain't no way you can't know you be fucking up when every time our offense do something. And it happens so fucking rarely. Our offense get a drive and start moving. And it's like, flag, holding, number 59, offense. You know, I'm just like, God damn, the fuck are you doing? False start, number 59, offense. What the fuck? Ah! What are you doing? I was gonna try to out that cough, but I couldn't. What are you doing? I don't know. I have no goddamn idea. So, just like this, his ass on. And you know what? They gonna have to do that. They did shit. They bitch fucking Brandon Cooks after the trade deadline and whatever spat they had where they snatched his goddamn captaincy. He wasn't captain no more. I don't know if he went in there talking shit and all that kind of shit, but they you know, the fans always talking shit. You don't know what the fuck is going on in the background. You don't know what these front office and these coaches are doing. You don't. Other than what they put on the field, like Pep Hamilton's shitty offense. But in the locker room, dealing with the players in the room, what they call it, the fucking rooms where they study. I don't know. I haven't been out of football too long. You don't know. You know. It's people like that. I don't know. You don't know where these players at. I'm gonna have to look up the little roster shit just to see if Brevin Jordan is still on the team or if he on IR or some shit. He just don't seem like somebody, unless he was hurt. Because he a smaller tight end. I can see if he was hurt. Because he did have an injury where he was out for a while, and I don't remember the issue. If it was a soft tissue issue, then I'm like, okay, I can see where, you know, that might agitate and he might have to miss some more time or whatever the fuck. But I'm like, that's not somebody you would just cut. Now, they cut Farrell Brown. Big giant ass tight end we got that was decent. But I think he went and was talking shit to the coaches and he got himself cut or waived or released or whatever the fuck you want to call it. He was off the team. You know, just all of a sudden. Bye. I think he was one of those people that went in there and said some shit he ain't had no business saying to the coaches and ended up off the goddamn team. And shit like that happens. You know, Brandon Cooks was upset. He thought he should be traded. He went and said some shit, and next thing you know, he wasn't playing the next week. I think he cost too much money to just cut. Still got to pay this dude. You got a guaranteed contract. And no more C on his chest. So you're not a cap. You a senior. You one of the senior players on the offense. You went there talking shit, and you got benched for a game, and you got your captaincy taken away. So I mean, it's not like these people ain't in here doing their goddamn jobs. You know, you don't know what the fuck is going on back there. Do your job as a fan. Watch the goddamn game and stop trying to tell these people how to run the fucking team. You know, because you do not know how to run the fucking team. There's very few people out there inside these forums and on the internet in a position to be able to say they can do better. Now, I'm pretty sure there are coaches and football people, you know what I'm saying, that know the game and shit like that on a level that some of these coaches and shit might. But majority of them, nah. Likely no. Come on, cat. Come on. Fucking cat. Why y'all come in here hissing? Y'all ain't getting no more goddamn food. Goddamn cats. Shut up. Stop. That's your mama butt. Stop sniffing it. Yeah, I know. Horny boy. Anyway, I think I'm about to start repeating shit I done said. So I'm out of here until my next one. Gonna catch y'all later. Oh, don't drop my phone.